The Legend of the Thorns and the Eternal Bloom. In the sun-warmed valley of Rosedale, where wild roses grew in tangled profusion along every hillside and hedgerow, there lived two souls bound by pride and misunderstanding. Tracy was a woman of fierce conviction, with eyes like stormlit skies and a will as sharp as any thorn. She led the valley's charitable works with unyielding passion, believing that true kindness demanded discipline and sacrifice. Joshua, by contrast, was a man of bold vision and quick temper. He poured his wealth into grand festivals and sweeping reforms, convinced that joy and celebration could heal what stern duty never could. Their families had clashed for generations. Old grudges turned every town meeting into a battlefield. "I will not stand by while your reckless spectacles waste resources that could feed the hungry," Tracy declared during one stormy council meeting, her voice cutting like winter wind. Joshua rose, eyes flashing. "And I refuse to let your joyless rules crush the spirit of those same people. Charity without hope is merely survival, not life." Yet the valley itself had other plans. One cruel winter, a terrible flood ravaged Rosedale. The town elders decreed that the two societies must unite to restore the ancient rose garden of St. Eloan. Tracy and Joshua had no choice. Side by side they labored, digging, planting, hauling soil until their hands bled. On the first day, as they cleared debris together, Tracy thrust a shovel toward him. "Try not to turn this into one of your frivolous parties, Joshua. This garden must serve a purpose." He took the tool with a wry smile that didn't reach his eyes. "And you, Tracy, might try smiling while we work. The roses won't bloom for a face like thunder." Their exchanges remained sharp for weeks. One evening, exhausted and covered in mud, Tracy snapped, "You always charge ahead with grand ideas, never thinking of the cost. My mother taught me that real help is quiet and steady." Joshua paused, leaning on his rake. "And my sister's last wish was to dance at a festival one more time. She never got that chance because we waited for the right moment. I won't make that mistake again." His voice cracked slightly. Tracy looked at him then. Really looked and said nothing, but her harsh retort died on her lips. As spring crept in, the arguments softened. While planting a row of crimson roses, Joshua asked, "Why do you guard your kindness so fiercely, Tracy? It's as though you fear it might betray you." She wiped dirt from her cheek and met his gaze. "Because I've seen what happens when you give everything and receive nothing back. People take advantage. But watching you with the children yesterday, telling them stories while they planted, I saw something different. Not recklessness. Hope." Joshua smiled, this time genuinely. "And I see now that your discipline isn't coldness. It's the trellis that lets fragile things climb high. I misjudged you." They worked late into lavender evenings, sharing simple meals by lantern light. One night, as a pale moon rose over the half-restored garden, Tracy spoke quietly. "I used to think partnering with you would mean losing myself. Instead, I feel found." Joshua reached across the small table between them. "I fought you because admitting you were right about some things meant admitting I was wrong about others. But being wrong has never felt so right." The roses bloomed in answer, deep crimson beside soft blush, thorny brambles giving way to graceful arches heavy with fragrance. Tracy and Joshua walked those paths together, no longer adversaries, but true partners. They organized food drives and storytelling nights, taught the valley that discipline and joy were not enemies, but lovers meant to dance as one. One twilight, beneath a canopy of climbing roses heavy with dew, Joshua took Tracy's scarred hands in his. "I once thought love was a battlefield," he said softly. "But you have shown me it is a garden. Every thorn I saw in you was only guarding the most beautiful bloom I've ever known. Tracy, will you tend this garden with me, not just for the valley, but for us for the rest of our days?" Tears glistened in her eyes as she smiled. "I fought you because I feared what you awakened in me. Your laughter, your dreams, your stubborn heart, they made me want more than duty. I love you, Joshua. Yes, 1,000 times yes." They married in the restored rose garden on the first day of summer, surrounded by the valley they had healed together. Vows were spoken among living arches of flowers, children scattering petals. In time, They raised 3 children who inherited both their mother's steadfast heart and their father's joyful spirit. Their home became a haven where charity was not duty but delight, where disagreements ended in understanding and laughter. To this day, the people of Rosedale tell the legend of the Thorns and the eternal bloom. They say that when 2 proud hearts learn to speak truth to each other, the roses remember. In every bouquet given in love, in every garden planted in hope, the spirit of Tracy and Joshua lives on, a reminder that even the sharpest enmity can become the sweetest union, and that true love, like the rose, is most beautiful when it has overcome its thorns. And so they lived, hand in hand, hearts entwined, in a joy that flowered without end.
In Rosedale's valley where the wild roses grow, 2 hearts stood divided by thorns they both know. Tracy with fire, Joshua with flame, enemies fighting, calling each other's name. Too stern, too reckless their voices would ring, till the river rose angry and washed away spring.
From thorns to blooms, the roses unwind. Love finds a way when 2 hearts align. Through mud and through labor, through words sharp and kind, Tracy and Joshua left enmity behind.
Now the garden is singing, petals fall free. What was once battle is now eternity. Side by side digging, with blistered hands warm, they share their old stories 'neath the pale moon at morn.
She saw his deep sorrow, he felt her quiet steel. Understanding blossomed where anger once healed.
Laughter replaced the storm in their eyes, as crimson and blush reached up to the skies.
Under rose arches at twilight's soft glow, he took her scarred hands and whispered so low,
I once fought the garden, now I fight for your heart.
She answered, my thorns were guarding this spark. From thorns to blooms, the roses unwind. Love finds a way when 2 hearts align. They married mid-petals, built a home full of light. 3 children now dance where the roses grow bright.
The valley still tells it in fragrance and tune. True love is the rose that outlasts every wound.
In Rosedale's valley where the wild roses grow, 2 hearts stood divided by thorns they both know. Tracy with fire, Joshua with flame, enemies fighting, calling each other's name. Too stern, too reckless their voices would ring, till the river rose angry and washed away spring. From thorns to blooms, the roses unwind. Love finds a way when 2 hearts align. Through mud and through labor, through words sharp and kind, left enmity behind.
Now the garden is singing, the petals fall free.
What was once battle is now eternity.
Side by side digging, with blistered hands warm, they shared their old stories 'neath the pale moon at morn.
She saw his deep sorrow, he felt her quiet steel. Understanding blossomed where anger once healed. Laughter replaced the storm in their eyes, as crimson and blush reach up to the skies.
Under rose arches at twilight's soft glow, he took her scarred hands and whispered so low, I once fought the garden, now I fight for your heart.
She answered, my thorns were guarding this spark. From thorns to blooms, the rose is unwind. Love finds a way when two hearts align.
They married mid-petals, built a home full of light. 3 children now dance where the roses grow high. The vow is so true. 3 children now dance where the roses grow high. The valley still tells it in fragrance and tune. True love is the rose that outlasts every wound.